So, when it comes to security tags, most of the time that you see them is when you're inside of a shop, and you see them in the alcohol section, or you just see them on the chocolate. But going by this image here, you're about to start seeing them on the street. Because this post on Reddit says Manchester, we do things differently here. And honestly, I would have to agree. Because if we zoom into the image just a little bit here, you can see that these are the security tags that they put on stuff like the bottles of alcohol, like rum, gin, and things like that, as well as the vodka. And it kind of looks like this is like a path just next to a road. So I'm guessing maybe someone's just chucked them out of a car window. Or maybe they've just done it as they're walking on by. Either way, like what you got to think to yourself, right, is what, like 16 quid each? I mean, that's basically it for what, like 1 litre? I'm not just going to out myself as a drinker here, but, you know, that's about the going rate. Well, if you get the cheap stuff like me. But what have we got here? I'm just going to count them off screen. So there's 15. So let's say, so 16 is the cheapest, like 16 quid per litre. But, like, I really don't think they're going to be nicking the Tesco value stuff. Like, does that make sense? They're not just going to be going for the lowest price stuff. So let's call it 20. Let's call it 20. So we've got 15 bottles, times by 20. If it's £20 per litre, it's about 300 quid's worth of stuff. Like, you imagine that, just walking into Tesco, and then just walking out with £300 worth of alcohol. And then not only that, right, leaving the evidence on the street. Like, does that just make, like, maybe it does. Maybe it speaks volumes about where the police are at the moment. You know, when it comes to actually solving, like, crime like this. The way they could, like, honestly, where else have you heard it, where they just leave the evidence on the street? Like, is it really that easy to do? Are we just too nice? Is this, like, the correct way to shop at Tesco these days? I'm not saying it is. But according to this image, it must be extremely easy to get away with. Like, you think, like, the amount of fingerprints and things like that, I'm guessing you could wear gloves. But to just leave the evidence on the side of the street. Like they said in the original post, Manchester, they do things differently. And if you enjoyed this daily Clown World video, then you've got to become one of the 58,763 subscribers.
This country has gone crazy.